was around 7 years old, for the first time I felt that anxious feeling, the racing thoughts that wouldn't stop. That feeling that something was wrong, but I couldn't figure out what it exactly was. And I spent years trying to think my way out of it, analyzing it, trying to understand why, but I couldn't. I felt really unsafe till late in my 30s. And then I discovered meditation. I thought to myself, this is it. This will finally make me feel safe in my body again. So I meditated every morning for 30 minutes for almost 2 years. And at first I felt some relief. But then the anxiety came back. And I was more and more stuck in my head, overthinking it. But then, during a monthly call with Dr. Joe Dispenza, everything suddenly clicked. He said this: you can't change your state if your body is still in survival mode. You are trying to create while your nervous system is screaming, "We are being hunted by a tiger!" It's like trying to fall asleep after drinking 3 espressos. It's not gonna work. Really? And that changed everything for me. So today I'm breaking down 5 proven techniques to get out of survival mode, so you can finally get into the right state, the right zone for your meditation. And of course, let go of the worries, overthinking, panic, and anxiety. And if you stick with me to the end, I promise you will feel relief within minutes of using these simple techniques. Alright, let's dive in right now. The first technique is nose breathing from James Nestor and his book Breath. I discovered this after waking up exhausted every single morning despite getting 8 hours of sleep, so I didn't get it. It turns out I was mouth breathing all night long, literally keeping my body in survival mode while I slept. And therefore James Nestor spent 10 years researching breathing, and he discovered something that blew my mind. Because most of us are breathing wrong every single day, but not only during the day, also during the night. And it's keeping us in constant stress mode 24/7. So, for example, breathing through your mouth, in and out, the whole time, is literally what your body does when it thinks you are dying. So when you are mouth breathing, you are telling your body, emergency mode. It's like trying to have a peaceful conversation while you hear the fire alarm in the background and see people running from the exit, right? It will not work. You cannot concentrate, right? So James did this amazing experiment at Stanford where he mouth breathed for 10 days in a row. And this is what happened within 3 days. His sleep quality tanked, his blood pressure spiked, and he developed sleep apnea. His body thought it was in constant danger. But then he switched back to nose breathing for the next 10 days. Yes, breathing in and out through your nose. So simple, I know. But what they measured in his body was amazing. With 3 simple days, his sleep apnea was gone. His snoring stopped. His blood pressure went back to normal. And by day 7, his energy returned. Mental fog cleared and his anxiety disappeared. So this little breathing change is really simple with great results. And here's why this matters for your meditations. When you breathe regularly through your mouth, you are literally activating your survival mode in your body. But if you breathe through your nose the right way, it tells your nervous system to calm down. What changed everything was the 5.5 second breath that James discovered, and I will show you in a minute. The breathing is very simple and everyone can use this. So you breathe through your nose for 5.5 seconds in. And then you exhale for 5.5 seconds in the same rhythm. And if you don't believe me that this helps, take a heart map device and measure your coherence yourself. And you know, a lot of people are in a hurry these times. Most people are driving through life never touching the brakes. But if you use this correctly, then within 60 seconds breathing like this, I feel the change in my body. Literally, I feel it changing. So breathing less makes you calmer. And now you are meditating from calm, not from chaos. So one thing you can try out and really help me personally is to use this myotape mouth strips. This is tape for your mouth so you breathe through your nose while you sleep. But build this up slowly. Your body needs to get used to it, right? So try it during the day first before you taping your mouth at night. But if you do it the right way, it really helped me. So you can use this technique to exit survival mode for the long term. But there is one breathing technique I personally use to calm down my system right away when I feel stressed. And that is breathe technique number 2. Because for years I would sit down to meditate after a stressful day and wonder why I couldn't calm down my racing thoughts after a day like that. But the ancient yogis knew how to regulate their nervous system thousands of years ago. So think of your breathing, think of your exhale as your brake pedal. The longer you exhale, the harder you brake. The problem with our survival mode when we are stressed is that most people are driving through life never touching the brakes, right? They inhale and they exhale at the same speed, or worse, quick, shallow breaths all day long. And their nervous system constantly thinks they are running from danger, from something. Then they try to meditate and expect different results in their life, but it's not working like that. That's like watering a plant with Red Bull and wondering why it won't grow, right? And that's why ancient yogis used a 2.1 ratio. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. And that maximum exhale activates your vagus nerve, which is like the main cable connecting your brain to your rest and calm mode. So here's a specific technique I use before I go into my meditation. And hopefully it helps you too. So breathe in through your nose for 5 seconds. And then breathe out through your mouth for 8 to 10 seconds. Slow and controlled. And it's like you're breathing through a straw. So do this for 5 to 10 rounds and you will literally feel the stress dropping in your body. And what happens physically is this. Within 30 seconds, you will feel your shoulders start to drop and your body starts to finally relax. And this is what you want before you go into your meditation. And by around 10, your heart rate has slowed down. And your body has literally shifted from running from a tiger mode to save to create mode for your meditation. And this is the fastest way I know to exit survival mode. And I see this with clients every time. It gives you totally different outcomes in your meditations. Now, when you start your meditation in this new state of relaxation, your nervous system is already calm. You are building on a foundation of safety and not trying to escape danger. So this breathing technique works almost always for me. But for some people, there's always still a little tension sitting in the chest or feeling restless legs from a busy day. And that's when I discovered EFT tapping technique number 3. EFT is like having a light switch for your nervous system. And I wish someone told me about this years earlier. Think of it like acupuncture, but instead of needles, you are using your fingertips on specific points on your body. And as you know, acupuncture has been used for thousands and thousands of years to release blocked energy by stimulating specific points in the body. So EFT does the same thing, but you can do it yourself in under 90 seconds. And the best part is that you can feel the calmness flow into your body while doing it. You are sending calming signals telling your amygdala, we see this stress and we are safe anyway. It's like telling your body, yes, I see you are holding this anxiety. Thank you for trying to protect me, but we don't need this anymore. So you can let it go. So please guys, leave me a comment below if you want to have a more explained video on how to do this EFT tapping and what the benefits are. So here's how I use EFT tapping while breathing. Sometimes the 2.1 breathing gets me 80% calm, but there's still that little tension, and that's the moment when I add EFT tapping on the top of the breathing. Now, when you use it correctly, I have experienced that meditation with a racing mind becomes much easier in a calm state of mind. And then we dive into technique number 4. Technique number 4, music to elevate your emotions. Now that your body is tuned to the right frequency, you need to activate the right feeling. Because here's what I discovered. You can have your body vibrating perfectly, but if your emotions are still flat, if you are not feeling abundant, not feeling powerful or grateful, you are only halfway there. For years, I would try to think my way into abundance. I'm wealthy, money flows easily to me, but my body wasn't buying it because I wasn't feeling it. It still was thinking about all the payments I had to do at the moment. It's like trying to convince yourself you are full by reading a menu, right? The concept is there, but the real experience is different. Music is a shortcut to feeling. Not just any music, I'm talking about music that hits you on a different level. Music that makes you emotional within 30 seconds. And I have a specific playlist for myself, and within 30 seconds of the right song, everything shifts. My energy changes. So, what song lifts you up? And this is why I'm such a big fan of the Mind Movie. A Mind Movie combines three important elements that work together. Number one is the visual. And these are clips of your past, videos, images where you had success, where your dreams come true, or images that represent your future. And this really works well when you don't exactly know how to visualize, how to see the exact picture of your future. And then we have number two, and that's audio. Music that elevates your emotions to that powerful, abundant frequency. And number three are affirmations. Spoken words that reprogram your subconscious when you are in that elevated emotional state, when you are having that feeling. It's like having a personal 3-minute film that takes you from whatever you state you're in to the exact frequency you need to be in your meditation. Your body is tuned in, your emotions are elevated from the music, and your subconscious is receiving new programming from the affirmations and the pictures. And guys, please don't feel overwhelmed. I totally get it. It feels as much, but I'm only trying to help you to get into the right state. So please keep it simple, and don't worry, you will get this. So when I finish my Mind Movie, I'm not trying to manufacture the feeling of abundance, I'm already in that feeling. But there's one more important step that I use that locks all of this in. This is technique number 5, gratitude with the anchor. And this is what makes everything stick. You have calmed your nervous system with breathing. You've released physical tensions with tapping. You have elevated your emotions with music. Now you need to anchor all of that in reality. So what actually works is this. Find one thing that when you think about it, you feel the warmth spread through your chest. That big smell that happens when you think about great things happening to you. And you don't have to do this while you are meditating. It's just that you are trying to be in that zone, in the right state. For me, every morning I journal about what I'm truly grateful for. Sometimes it's my girlfriend's laugh, or my dogs walking in the rain, or watching the sunrise come up. So every day I go to the park and let myself be amazed by nature. Like I'm walking through Disneyland for the first time. I see the beauty in everything. The way light hits the leaves, the beauty of the sun on the fields, the feeling of being alive in this moment. And that's the frequency, or what I call the zone. Being fulfilled by everything you already have right now. And that's meditation with your eyes wide open. And this locks in all the elevated emotions you just created. And you can anchor this feeling with a hand gesture. I personally use my hand over my heart when you do this. You are using the same technique they use to anchor important feelings in hypnosis. And the next time it will become easier to go right into that state of feeling before you start your meditations when you use that hand gesture. So I really hope this helps. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't lose out of any next videos. Okay guys, that's it for today. Hopefully you like the techniques and you are using 1 or 2 techniques during the next couple of weeks. So love you all and see you in the next video.